I'm Kent Zullo, and I live in Lemoyne, and I've been married now for about 23 and a half years. My life before Christ was, I felt relatively aimless. I was in college then, and just really looking for direction in my life, looking for, I guess, I was kind of looking for, sort of a love connection in a way, I guess, in a certain way. And after I met Jesus, I began to recognize that love wasn't just from a person. It was, I could actually feel God's love, in my life then, which completely transformed, how I saw the world, basically. I was in college, and I had a friend of mine that I was getting a ride to school with, and he was a Christian for about a year, and we would listen to, back then, it would have been Phil Keggy and Glad and Petra, which were sort of newer, very new to me, and I was struck by the sensation of God's love in this music. It really spoke to me, even more than the Led Zeppelin and the Rush and Aerosmith that I listened to then on a regular basis. And so I got really curious about this, and we started talking about what a real relationship with God was about. It's toward the end of January, and I was in my bedroom in my parents' house, and I just God, I don't, so I started praying, God, I don't know if I get all this, but, I know that I want you in my life. So, I don't know, the next day I really felt kind of different. I don't know exactly how else to describe that. I started talking to a few other friends that I had, and one in particular said, Ken, I think you've become born again. I really think that's what's happened to you. So, strangely enough. So the next thing I know, I'm meeting people from high school musicians that I knew, and they were Christians, and they took me to church, and my relationship with God just began to just kind of blossom from there, I guess, more or less. So I've always had I'm a musician, so obviously music is very important to me, and I've been playing on the worship team, but it seems in particular this last year worship has I don't know, been accelerated, I guess, in my heart in some way. I want to declare to the world that that I'm a new person. I'm a new creature. That a lot of the old that was still tying itself to me is gone and is going. I see this as a new doorway in my life and in my relationship with God.